here's the final battle. You can tell by the dark swirling smoke that the second I go into that, badness is going to happen. Because black and smoke are symbols everywhere for death and destruction. So let's get this started. I am on fire. Okay. Is that okay? Yes. Aloha. And remember, we have this power that burns the next word after I use. If there are like two words, after I clear the first one, it'll burn away the second one. So I'm trying to get the further ones done pretty quickly so it has time to burn before it gets to me. This is kind of hard talking while I'm trying to do this. Okay. We've got a handle on this. Oh no. Starting the different powers.
Patience and stealing discipline. She bent the tide to ruin, or she would never be the same.
No! I'm gonna die. Oh no! Let me try that again. That sounds about right. Ooh, that is not some easy typing, going back and forth between the two powers and trying to know which one I'm stopping, which one is burning for me, which one I'm pausing. That's a lot to take in at one time. So we're gonna try that again. Which one am I on? I think I start on fire. So we'll put me there. I'm gonna talk less this time so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. So maybe I won't die again and we'll get past this and get more of the story. Game is pausing. Okay. I think I just pressed the space bar out of it. Skip or not skip. Nice. Do fire. Nice. Aorta. Fire. This is a whole new word you need to just remember. It's not on the screen. Latin, I took Latin in college. And I hate olives.
patience and steely discipline. She bent the tide to her will, though she would never be the same.
The complicated words are hard, not because they're long, but because I don't know what they are.
I worked so hard.
I work so
Now
hard.
I feel like it's drowning me.
I worked so hard to get here, and now I feel like it's drowning me. That is intense. That's really poignant and powerful, because that happens a lot. Like, we work so hard to get somewhere, whether it be a job, whether it be like a book published, or any kind of artistic endeavor, or just somewhere in your life that you're hoping to get. Like, you think that buying a house or having a baby will solve all your problems and make your life easy, or even just enjoyable, and you realize you get there and you don't enjoy it. Or maybe with the baby you have postpartum depression and you are unsure about your emotions and everything, and it's just not what you expected it to be. That's especially difficult with jobs, because we don't really get to practice them before we do them. And you see a lot of that in medical school, where students go through all these years of schooling and then finally get to the point where they can be practicing doctors, and they haven't really had the experience for that, because in medical school that's the final year that you're there in most programs. Before that, it's all book study, and there are two very different types of people. There's, book study people, and then there's people, like people who are extroverted and like to handle people and deal with the chaos and everything, and solve puzzles and work on people and help people. And those two things can interfere with each other in the practice of medicine. So by the time you get to the point where you realize, oh, maybe this isn't what I want to do, or I don't know, or I don't want this specialty, you're already sort of stuck in it, and you already have all the student loans and student debt that brought you to that point, and you just don't know what to do with it. Like I said, my husband is a doctor, and he enjoys what he does, but he's not a book study person. He actually really struggled with the first half of medical school and succeeded in the later half, and obviously succeeded all around. But I knew him back then. We weren't together dating yet, but we were friends, and we've known each other for about 20 years at this point. It's been a long journey. And I just saw it time and again with his friends and his colleagues and his peers, that some of them just weren't cut out for the doctor life, but they didn't know what to do after being a doctor, because you don't start practicing medicine until basically you have your degree and you have your certification. So it's really sad that we don't have apprenticeship type systems in place anymore, where you can try out different fields and different careers before getting to them. Like, it's really hard to finally get to that point and just be overwhelmed with what it takes to be at that level, or just overwhelmed with not wanting to be there and not knowing what to do with that emotion. It's I imagine it's really tough. And here we go, on to the next part. Oh, we're going back to the forest. This is back to the beginning section of our story.
Though great wisdom flowed from the springs, they had not been kind to her.
Gosh, I just love the look of the water here, how it is swirling paper. It's like folded over quilled paper, and it's just beautiful. I love this game. Some buggies to take care of. I thought we had cleared all this. I'm gonna move my water. I have a new upgrade available. I just want to make sure that there are no other bugs around before.
Still, she had overcome, and she felt stronger for the trial.
That's true. We don't always get to the point where everything is free and easy and we're good with everything, but we survived the battle. We haven't yet won the war, but we survived the battle, and I think that's what this is talking about here. We haven't yet obviously reached the climax of the piece. We're only on chapter 2, but we've overcome just another of the obstacles in our way to get to that final battle. So upgrades. Let's look at upgrades. I think we want some ice magic. So we type the word for the upgrade. So we're doing that twice. Yep. So where do we go from here? Can we go back in there, or is that not? I assume that's not somewhere we go. I'm just curious if that's a place. Okay, so it's like falling in the crater that I did after the last one. That's loud. That was really loud in my ear. Okay, so we're just back in the ruins. Oh, there's a box over here. Can't walk on that, but I can. I need some ice magic. So is that something we actually need to get to, or something we can just... No, we need to get there. Okay. Solidify the ice. That is exactly what we're doing. Now we can walk on here. And get to here. Great. Is there anything over here that we can do? Does not look like it yet. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get over there. So obviously that's something we can... I can't hit it now because I can't see it from here, but those ice flows are something we can solidify into ice eventually. Alright, so this is where we started off. Where do we go? Oh, brambles. Okay. Fire. Now some ice. Are we gonna have to have more powers later? And cycle through all of them? Because that would be complicated. I can do it, we can do it. It'll just be a little bit challenging and tricky. Nope. Littoral again. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Although there was a word last stream that I pronounced completely wrong. I think the game actually pronounced it wrong too. Siberian. Let me just take care of these. Chitinous, which is actually chitinous. It's a description for a bug. It means having a strong exoskeleton. But I was talking over it when it started, so I'm pretty sure the game mispronounced it as chitinous. And I did too, because I've only ever seen the word spelled out. I've only ever read it. I've never heard it in person. Kind of like chimera, which is spelled like it looks like chimera. So words are complicated sometimes. I think those probably come from the Greek alphabet. Nope, can't do anything there yet. How? Okay, hold on. Whee! Here we go. Pick a direction, any direction. Winterly. Things in chests are usually valuable resources. I like the care with which they are not just utilizing words in the script, but actually deciding what words unlock certain things, or are used in the bugs for the fire and ice, for the treasure chests as well. Like, everything is just taken to a very careful extreme, which I very much appreciate. The level of care that has gone into this game. No, I want to get over there. Okay, go back. Oh no, I can't go back. Okay. All right, we got this. Pogonip? I need to look that one up, because I'm not going to get to the other one in time for my combo, so. What is Pogonip? Hold on one second. I'd actually moved from my walkthrough part, I'd actually moved my screen over. Where's my cursor? So just give me 1 second. When I thought I was going to be showing you guys the walkthrough, and then I didn't need to, because we figured it out. Okay, so let's bring the game back. So we have something pretty to look at. Okay. Pogonip. It's an ice fog that forms in the mountain valleys of the western U.S. Pogonip. Pogonip. Pogonip? I think it's Pogonip.
Pogonip.
Yep, Pogonip. Interesting. An ice fog, huh? That's a great... I'm going to take a picture of that. I want to remember that. Okay. We're all learning new things today. It's a word game. We need to look up the words, right? Unfortunately, during the battles, I can't really do that. But we're doing what we can. And the chest over here. Oh, they're bad guys. I watched a writing stream, a creative writing stream held by Scott Writes Stuff, and he uses the word parse all the time, so whenever I hear that word I immediately think of him. It's a great writing stream. It actually is streaming tonight at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you want to check it out. Tonight is Sunday, July 6th? July 7th. I don't know my days. But he streams every Sunday and Thursday night at 7:30. And his stream is Scott Writes Stuff. And I have that name in the thank yous to my closing credit sequence, which you'll see in a little bit if you need to see that written out. But I highly recommend it. It's a great time. It's a great community. We go through some writing exercises. Tonight we're doing similes and doing descriptions of strange things and seeing what we come up with. And every stream we do a prompt writing challenge, which is where we get a writing prompt and write a story on it. And it's it is done with the help of chat by doing different polls and voting for different outcomes and things and what story we do and everything. So it's really interactive. And then at the end there's a free share time, which is a critique of up to one page of whatever you're working on. So I've been a member of that community for about 10 months now, and I'm really happy to have found it. And that's something that inspired me to do this stream of my own, is Scott doing a writing stream and having a community and using that as part of his author platform.